That's nice too.
Yeah, it's better.
What's the game?
What are you laughing at?
The way you were charging yourself.
Father, we love you for this food. We love you. We thank you for giving us this food and the day. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, I just couldn't see this food go without
I know, this is not planned.
enjoying it this way.
I don't know what you were doing.
When I saw the food, I said, wow,
Ah.
this has to go on record. Oh, Kobe. Is that Kobe?
Kobe.
Is there no momoni in
There
it?
is in it.
There's momoni. I love it. Did you say that the kinky will be coming soon?
Yeah. No, tomorrow morning.
Mm.
She said she's now molding it.
Mm.
So tomorrow by 11, she said it will be here.
Okay. With the leaves.
Yeah. And it's the leaves I will use to make the wachi. Everything will be ready. You know.
Do you think that, like Ghana, we have kinky, the way we do kinky? Do you think Nigeria too, they have kinky like that?
No.
They don't have any kung fu, they wrap over corn leaves?
No. I don't like this. You want it?
Which one is that?
It's the thick hide. I don't like it. I'm not buying it again. It's too thick.
Where? I wanted to know which one is that.
No, it's the same. It's the same. The way I'm hungry, if you had asked me to wait for another 1 minute,
You will not be here.
for you to set up,
You wouldn't be here in a minute.
I will not. You know, I was just doing for the two of us, and I said, why don't I just do it? Finish it. So that
That's why Kanawu said to you that you can feed the orphan.
you know why he said that? They came to me. When they came, I was just in the kitchen, and they went in the hall, put on the telly, and they were watching Kwekubaku something.
Saturday news file.
It was a Saturday, we were all free.
Now it's a news file.
Yeah. And they were hungry before they came. By the time they closed their eyes and opened, Banku, hot one, with okra stew. And I even made stew, another like gravy, with rice. He said, Charles said, what? She said, do you know when you were going up and up? I thought you were now making fire. I said, my fire is not the fire that I make. It's the fire that, fire is ready. The way they ate. It's good to work in the village. Look, 4 of us, we could buy local fowl. They said, oh, you are the one cooking for us, so you don't buy anything. Definitely I have things in the fridge for making soup and things, so they buy the fowls. 4 fowls, 4 local fowls. Cassava, plantains,
And then
susua and those things. They just bring it. By the time they do like this,
what was ready then?
Food.
What food?
Either fufu or banku, but we normally make fufu. And if it's fufu, they are pounding.
And who is carrying?
Me, of course. They were always happy. I was always happy around them. And if you also come around, boss man.
I didn't come to meet Amin.
No. When he came, Amin had gone. If you crush pepper in your stew, it will be seriously nice. You want to try?
No. Don't you think I have enough pepper?
I didn't put a lot of stew in mine. There's not much pepper. Crush pepper in it and see how it is. You are just eating. Your food is bland.
You think it is yo-yo? No. It's not that yo-yo. It has some basic amount of pepper.
If I told you how I made this stew,
Was it like potogum shegum?
Seriously, potogum shegum. That's the rest of the Gary Photo stew. Yesterday's Gary Photo. The rest I use a Bobby and Momoni to do it. And the rest, I blew it. I just put a little bit of okra. Added things, And I was doing, I said, why don't I just do it so that we all eat at once? Because I was planning to make rice later. For the boys.
It's very, very kusu, very
They
nice.
will love it. I hope there's some left for my babies.
They can always take Gary photo.
Not a
Gary with sugar soakings.
No.
Gary cocoa.
After you daddy eating banku. This fish.
Back home, if there's only one meat in the soup, it is the man that eats it. It's very funny, The old man that has finished.
The
old man that has finished growing.
Ancient belief.
Will be eating the best of the meals, and then the young ones who need brains to grow.
Oh.
Who need to grow into brains. Or who need to grow brains. They are eating with no egg. They don't give egg to child because the child will be a thief.
Our parents, not our parents like our parents. They didn't do that. They don't do that. But our African parents think that that's the right thing to do.
It was like a culture
And
among the people.
they think that they are doing something, Ama. You are killing yourself. When you grow, you have to rather reduce all your things.
Because you don't grow again after
I look at fish.
a certain age.
When I was young, you know that if they are cooking and I see fish in it, the way it annoys me, I want meat to chew. Now look, I don't want meat, I want fish.
That's how life is. As you grow, you change. Your understanding of life takes a new perspective.
But you know that in present world, people still believe that the elderly people, they have to eat the big meat, big fish.
Because they think that because they have worked hard, they need to take the nicest part of the meat.
We are in 21st century. They are working hard. Women are also working hard.
No, I'm not talking about men and women here.
Okay.
I'm talking about adults and children.
Okay, yeah.
But the one that went to the farm to bring the food was the man. No, sometimes it's the woman that goes to bring the food from the farm. While the man still remains in the bush saying, "Oh, I'm continuing the work." All he does is to be drinking palm wine.
Or the apio.
And come home with more trouble to come and have another child.
Ow! Whoa. This woman is tired.
It was love. Having nowhere else to go, they call it love. But it was okay.
Love one thing. I like the way you made the ginger drink.
What did you like about it?
The way you mix it with the sugar. I didn't add any sugar again. I like the percentage of sugar you give to that percentage.
When a practical scientist
I know.
makes something, you kind of put in a lot of factors.
I know.
Making of drinks is all about proportions. You know, if this amount of concentrate will need this amount of sugar to be drinkable, then what about the large proportion? When it's very nicely, if uniformly mixed, then you just make a proportion. You remember when in school, you learn if 2 is equal to 10, then 15 will be equal to...
Oh, please. I'm eating. Can you stop the calculation thing? Mathematics.
There is mathematics in everything. Unfortunately, for many of us, you see, the problem with many of us when we were schooling is that we were all very good pupils. Every child that goes to school is actually good. The problem is that there are bad teachers.
I think I don't want to say it.
No, there are bad teachers. You are very good to go when you went to school, you were good. But the teacher was not well equipped or skilled. There was that skill gap or skill deficiency to understand what your skills, your aptitude, your level of understanding was to teach you at that level. We just group everybody in class 1, class 2, class 3. Both the well-skilled, the good ability, and then the lower ability. Everybody was going to school. And some people were getting last. And we thought that they were not good. They were good. But no one understood. The teacher did not understand that child.
It's just like putting fish in the air to fly, and then putting bird in the water to swim.
They are all mammals in an environment, but the environments are different. And that was the problem that's the problem a lot of people had. You know?
I hate mathematics.
Because you didn't get a good teacher who will take you to the various basic principles. When you understand the first principles of things, you can always escalate it and extrapolate. Just understand the first principles. You know. That's how it was.
This Kobe is salty. Hey! You know, because we don't cook with salt anymore, anything that has little salt in it, I feel it's overwhelming. But,
that's training. You train your tongue now to accept low levels of salt. You trained it to accept low levels. Or not at all. There's always some amount of salt in everything. Naturally, there is salt in everything.
Like meat, if there's no salt in meat at all, it tastes a bit too bland.
Because your tongue has been trained to have something to meat. That's how it is. Your tongue, your guardians and your parents and those who give birth to you told you that you need to add something to it. Look at breast milk. When a child is born, that milk is what it knows. And it will drink it. You don't say, oh, mommy, add sugar to that milk. No, it's okay. But when a child is born and they keep giving the child, a little bit of... The reason they put sugar into food is because the mother will taste it and say, it's not sweet. And therefore they will add something to it for the mother's taste. And they'll give it to the child. And the child will be able to understand.
Children, sometimes when the food is a bit sweet, it encourages them to eat.
No, that's what we think. if the
I believe.
if the milk powder they use, if you just mix that milk powder the way it is, or the
That
Cerelac
even
and
has
some
an amount of
yes, the right
sugar in
amount of sugar, the same amount of sugar that has been moved from the breast milk level concentrations is what they put into baby milk.
Yeah.
So if you buy baby milk, that amount of sugar is okay for the baby. You don't need to add anything else to it. You know, you don't need to add anything else. But when we go and buy Cerelac, you know, we give it to a child and the mother will taste it. Oh no. You add half a teaspoon of sugar. You are training the child's tongue to like sugar.
Like, look at salt. Westerners don't put salt in their food. For babies especially. When they are cooking, they don't put salt. They add salt to certain foods, but not everything. But for us, oh, thank God I've stopped.
Imagine you've never eaten salt before.
Yeah.
And most of us, especially in West Africa and Africa, you wouldn't go through 5 years old. At 5 years old, almost 100% of all children have eaten some amount of salt.
Kotoku of salt.
And the amount of salt you eat depends on the amount of salt your guardians or parents eat. Because they are the ones preparing the food for you.
Oh my God.
So you grow like a lot of, we say generally Nigerians eat a lot of pepper. Chili pepper.
Aye.
Why? Because their mothers and fathers have been taking that amount.
The pepper.
And then they use it to cook.
They give to the kids. Me, I cannot.
I can't eat. If I eat that, my gasket will go poof. I can't even eat half. But because their mothers and fathers taught them that way when they were younger, they grew to eat a lot of pepper. And some of them eat a lot of salt also.
Oh.
You see, because the tongue has been trained.
Say that again.
The tongue has been trained to eat those
I know
things.
someone who, when he's eating my food, he pours salt.
Salt like that. Not even a pinch. It pours salt like that. And the amount of salt, when you see the salt going in, you start having nausea. That's how I feel. That amount of salt is just enters into my everything, and
You don't feel bad about it?
No, because that's how we've been trained. If you've never eaten a lot of salt, you grow out knowing that, oh, what's this?
Salt is not.
Look at children their parents don't give toffee, sweet. They grow up and when they see sweet, it's like, oh,
they don't want.
You don't want this too. But children who eat sweets from the time before they know who they were
cannot even control themselves.
They have sweets under their pillow, their bed, everywhere. Even in their toilet seat, there are sweets behind it. I thought you asked me if I've seen some before.
I was going to ask you.
You see?
If you've seen one before, then it's your own.
Oh no. So that's how it works. You know.
Control of kids is very important.
The way you train a child is the way they grow to be adults. Opportunities will come and go, but their basic personality is the same.
I have more. Should I bring more banku?
No. I think I'm okay with this soap.
I'm not giving you soap to eat. I've not given you soap to eat.
Oh, soup.
Okay, soap. Do you know what? I like to have the drink. But I don't like to have sweet drink with soupy food.
So what do you want to do?
So
you want to remove the sugar?
No, I'll drink it after.
Chemical processes.
Oh, please. How can the sugar be separated again?
Now that sugar has been added here. Well, it goes through a physical process.
Physical?
So what I mean is that if you can evaporate the water out,
then I'll get my drink again.
Yeah, we are trying to remove the sugar. You are doing separation. So if you can remove the water out, you get your pure water or your water. Then you are left with the ginger and the sugar. So it's now left with how do you separate the ginger from the sugar? So there's another process to that will take place. The only time you cannot separate it probably is when you heat it. Like it has gone through boiling or heating, you know. Do you remember something we used to call physical change and chemical change?
Why not?
Chemical change happens when something has gone through a heating process. When you heat something, you cannot get the things back.
Let me pick it.
So
We are eating, girlfriends. Stop calling my husband. Wow.
I first thought you said friends.
Girlfriends.
When I look at it again, I said girlfriends. Then I analyze it again and say, I thought you wanted to say your girlfriend, your girlfriend.
That's what I mean. Your girlfriends.
You remember on your birthday, I said, I put on my status, all friends-in-law. It's my birthday. I got more response on that issue than when I said it was your birthday.
Friends-in-law.
So I'm not talking about my friends, but friends of your friends. I'm telling them that it's your birthday.
Do you see my status today?
No, I have not.
It's funny. They look like there are two animals looking like maybe rats, big rats, very, very hairy, and their ears are very nice and big, and their tails are very nice and long, and the two of them are sitting beside like that, beside each other, and they tie their tail. The tail was like in a love shape, heart shape, and I put a picture there. I said, "Koku and Koku's babe." Come and see comments. When you finish, go and look. Why
am I seeing lipstick on my glass?
Oh.
When it's here.
Then I changed it.
When did you change it?
Because wait. I sipped that one. And maybe I changed it when I was putting it on your listen.
No, it's okay.
Because I started drinking mine from the kitchen before I brought it.
I want to send it for chemical analysis to see if there's any love portion. You know, poison ivy used to put poison on their lips.
Yes.
The guys who drink it.
Yes.
So maybe
if it's in you, it's already in your body.
That's
so
what I'm thinking.
Don't worry. You will die.
I need to change my wheel. Who's taking my bicycle?
You.
What about that TV?
It's only bicycle and TV you got.
So why? So do you think that wheels? What do people put in wheels? Do you think they only put cars and plants?
You see that Nigerian thing, that voice that keeps telling people when you say something, the thing will tell you, go and ask your father. Have you heard that before? I wanted to say that to you. What do people put in wheels? What have you put in your wheel? Do you have a wheel?
I've now drafted it. No, I'm only asking this because some people's television, the televisions are more expensive than their houses, than some people's homes.
Oh my God.
Some people's houses are less expensive than their TV because of the nature of the TVs they have. You know. So in those conditions, do you put such a TV? Oh, that TV I have.
Anyone who has such a TV will not think of wheel.
What will you think of?
Yeah.
So what do you put there? Do you put property like land and houses? And then maybe companies? And
immediate things like cars.
Does a company have to be in a wheel?
Yes.
But though, like, don't you, after you have grown to a certain level, wouldn't you have trained your children to take over your company?
Yeah. Is it everyone that works with their children? Is it everyone? Warren Buffett, Is he working with his children? Maybe yes, maybe no.
But at that level, your will needs lawyers. I mean, not a lawyer who come and sit there with a little black coat, but I'm talking about lawyers, a company of lawyers.
What do you mean little black coat?
Oh,
I have lawyers in my family. Why
some
are you?
of these 2 property house wills that people read. The type of lawyers is just one man who will sit there and then cross their little legs. No. I'm talking about when a whole company of lawyers, when a company of all of them lawyers, are handling your will, then I'm talking about millionaires, then you wouldn't need but if you have set up a big company and your children are not in your company, then what are your children going to do in the company?
Anyone who has a big company
and your children are not in the
has
company.
to have your children will even gravitate towards the company.
I'm saying, but when they are not in,
but some people they fight. They don't.
No. For me, if I have a company and my children are not in it, my will be such that you don't have any hand in it. So what you do is that you sit at home, and then the interest rate, the interest of the business will take care of you. Because when you put those children into that company will break down.
Imagine your children are higher than you. They make.
Then I mean they're involved in a company.
No, let's say you have a company, a farming company. You have a massive farm. Let's say animal farm or crops, which is doing well, which are doing well. Your children also might not like to join you in your company, but they are IT guys.
Oh yeah.
They are lawyers, doctors.
But when I say join in my company, doesn't mean that they have an employment there. But when they are IT guys and they are big networking,
maybe the money your company will pay such an IT guy.
But my child, who is a big IT guy, a networking engineer,
can you pay him?
If I can't even pay him, because that is my father's business, in my father's house, I would like to have a hand in it. So that means that I am also part of the company. But it doesn't mean the company is paying me. But you have trained your children have become, wayward, and they are loitering around, trying to wait for you to peacefully die, and then they will take over your company.
They will spoil it.
The
definitely. Company will finish.
So let them sit at home, give them a little house.
Who?
No, I will get them a house. Let them stay, but then the company should continue working.
My children will not even.
The company will work and be giving them allowances.
You are spoiling them.
No, they have already spoiled.
How come they got spoiled?
They were spoiled even in my time. So after my time, they are now actually spoiled. And if I really hate them, I'll sign a contract with an alcohol company to be supplying them a carton of whiskey every week.
But they're spoiling.
So
maybe
they'll join me quickly.
You are wicked.
No, because they're already spoiled. Even when I was alive, they were spoiled.
Somebody like you who will have such a company will not even allow your children to go spoil like that.
No, but when somebody is an adult, adults will make their own decision. Adults will make their own decision.
They will be blaming the devil.
You can't force an adult to do something. They will have like we went to the hospital the other time and Michael was asking. Michael saw on the board, and the board was saying under 18s have rights under the NHS.
Wow.
So Michael was asking me about it and I was explaining to him. Because it reminded me when we went for the COVID jab. They asked Michael, do you want to take this jab? Or your father or your father brought you here though you don't like it? Do you understand?
Why is under 18?
Yes. So under 18s have rights. They can choose not to take the injection. So that's what they were saying. So they will ask you, do you actually want to take it? If you say no at that point and you really know, but my father said I should come, then either I can convince by educating you, or they will say no. They will go and book again, let him understand what he's about to do.
It's actually right to do that.
So
you need to know what
they are signing up to, what they are consenting
but
to.
it's not the spoiling type.
So an adult can choose not to follow that path, but to follow this path.
Yeah.
Even though I can tell you, see that pot of gold is on this lane.
Oh.
I can choose to say, no, I don't want that pot of gold there. I want to go into the pigsty.
Oh.
Good. Because an adult.
Now when you go there, when you flop,
then that will send you back
come back.
That will send you back to the process of the prodigal son. That was why that prodigal son story was there. For you to know that there is always a path to redemption. But if you are a Christian, the Bible says that, come unto me, ye that are heavily laden and are labored. So if you have nothing worrying you, and you have not labored, then Jesus said, I didn't come for those who are already saved, but they damned unto redemption. You see, those that have been condemned, they are the ones that I came to save. But those that the good or the well people don't need a physician. It's only when you are sick you go to hospital. So what Jesus was saying there was that I'm sitting down waiting for you. My arms are open. When you hit your wall on all the rocks and nothing works for you, and you still have your heart.
When you hit
your head on all the rocks and nothing happens to you, and you still have your heart ticking, the old ticker ticking.
I'm still there.
Then I'm still there for you to come back. But when in the process you break your head without the redemption, then after that judgment, Hebrews 9:27. So that's just the end of the matter.
When I want to train a child, I want to bring up a child in the right way, society says, no, this is not the right way. Give the child a chance to choose what he or she wants. I am the mom. I am the parent taking care of my child. This is how I want my child to be. And you, the child, you don't want to go like that. And you come back when things have gone wrong.
Because you were not drinking, that's why I drank it.
It's okay.
Not that I was cheating you.
You always cheat me.
Not that when things have gone wrong.
When you come back, I'll be a very good mother.
The parent instinct
to discipline.
Yes, that discipline. The discipline is when you have allowed the child to do that thing they think they want to do. They've done it because now they are old. Because normally 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 during the real formative years, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 13, the child is still under your control. But in later teens, when they have reached that 16 going, they say they want to take this path here. The love you have is what makes you to give the child the way to take that path. And when they hit their head on that rock, they will bounce back with repentance.
Where we come from, do we have the chance of parents letting us do what we want?
We
didn't dare.
There isn't much opportunities for you to do what you want to do anyway. What opportunity did you have? Could you take care of yourself when you were in school? Even when you were 16, 17, 18. But here, 16, 17, 18 in the Western world, you can work. You can take care of yourself. In Achafa, you can climb the property ladder.
Did I tell you about that girl who said
at 18
I'll go and get pregnant?
You can buy your own house.
The government will give me.
Yeah. The government will take care of you. So the opportunities are there.
Will take care of you and your boyfriend and your baby.
The opportunities are there.
And they'll do a first time mom's party for you.
That's an opportunity. But where you come from?
Lie.
Where you come from? What are you talking about? That is that an opportunity?
You can't even go and say this is my boyfriend or this is my girlfriend. Who born dog?
At 25 years old, when we were growing up, could you even introduce a boyfriend or girlfriend to your parents?
25
unless
years old.
You are
25 years
unless
old.
you are matured.
25 years
no,
old.
As a man.
By 25, I was married.
Yes, because you are a lady and someone was going to marry you. But as a man going to look for a woman to marry, unless you are independent, you can now take care of yourself. But
don't say somebody was going to marry me.
At 25.
For my fans to think that somebody else. Say when you were going to marry me.
When I was going to marry her. Yes. So, point of correction. So what as I was saying,
By the way, how old are you? You remember that advert? As I was saying, that this is too much for me.
Just sip a little bit. Or you want this one?
It's still too much.
Yeah, at the age of 18, even 16, you can get a work at
Asda.
Walmart, Asda, Tesco, Morrison's, Lidl, Aldi, all these shops. And you can start taking care of yourself. But by 16,
oh, I spoiled this drink.
most of the time, what you are going to be, you will have been already mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. Even by the age of 19, by the end of your teenage years, what you are going to be, you will have already been in your mind. From 2021 going, all you do is to manage. All you do is to manage yourself and take care of yourself.
The opportunities are there.
You see, that's why sometimes people say that people don't change. You know,
But it's true. People
a murderer will still be a murderer. That's another field, though. And we don't want to go there.
People don't change, but people change.
What they do is that, you see, nobody cuts off their head and do a head transplant. You don't do a head transplant. So the same faculties.
There was a time in I was showing you that thing. We were following it. I couldn't finish following it.
They were doing a head transplant.
Yes, in Italy.
But at least if you do a head transplant, your medulla oblongata downwards, up to you see, your brain doesn't only end in your head. It also continues through your spinal cord. Yeah. So unless you can change the brain and change the whole of spinal cord, that will make you a new wired human being.
Hey!
And we haven't reached there yet in medical science.
Let's see whether that thing was successful.
Okay.
We would have seen it on TV.
Those things are freak surgeries, but as long as human beings cannot change their head, what you have learned in your system and what made you to do that thing, what you do is that thing is still in you. Look at a thief who becomes, or an armed robber who becomes a pastor. They still have the
vavavoom in them.
An armed robber.
Yeah.
But
in
they are now
church.
a pastor.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference? Now the Holy Spirit reminds them of who they are, what's in them. The Christ that lives in them has made them a new person.
Or a prostitute that has become a
head of a church.
Hey.
They still have that in them, but the Holy Spirit reminds them. Remember, don't do this. Don't do this. You have now changed. Suppress that spirit. Take care of this. Self-control, discipline.
If the person agrees,
that is what I'm talking
I'll
about.
listen to the Holy Spirit.
No, but I'm talking about what you are talking about, that people change.
Yeah.
This is where the change happens. The change happens because of what now lives in you is greater than what now lives in the world. If you read, if you are a Bible student,
you know I am a Bible.
You see. So, but naturally, that's why when they release you from prison here because you've been to jail as a murderist, a murderer, murderist, rapist, a murderist, somebody who has murdered someone.
Blah, medalist.
A lot of people in the area don't like you, or you are a rapist.
Oh yeah.
You have served your 8 years or something in jail or whatever, but they still don't accept you in the community. Why? Because they think you can still attack.
But we haven't seen instances
because human beings always want to judge
somebody. But yeah, it happens. Somebody has been released from jail for murder. They release him. They say, "Oh, he's fine. He's good." He comes back and he does worse. Haven't we seen?
So after 23 years, you have been released from jail. You know, let's say you've committed.
And he has a guts to say
one murder.
He has a guts to say. It was on TV. I saw that thing on through something, through murder stories,
through crime,
through movies.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
He said they shouldn't have released me, because when I came out, seeing people around makes me really upset.
There are reprobate-minded people who would not ever change. If when you put them in jail, So the nature of murder the person committed makes the judge say that this person will go for life and will not be released. And then your attitude in jail will determine whether you come out on parole, even or not. But most people who come out after that time might have learned their lesson and they can integrate themselves in the community.
Did you cut your hair today?
But some people will still never change.
You cut your hair today?
No, you cannot. Yesterday. Some people will still never change. So those are the type of people we are talking about. You know.
Yeah.
These are the type of people we are talking about.
I'm satisfied.
I'm also very extremely satisfied.
And I'm feeling sleepy.
And that is that. Jezebelic eyes. Do people name their children Jezebel?
Oh.
Have you ever heard someone's name called Jezebel?
No.
Do you know anyone who is called Jezebel?
Who are you asking?
Whose first name is Jezebel? Let's see in the comments. If you have anyone called Jezebel.
Let him have a baby girl and name her Jezebel.
No, there might be.